Hello, I'm Amanda. If you haven't painted with me before, I paint for self-care and to be isolation. Now, I was isolated back in 2024-25 when I was diagnosed with a brain disorder called functional neurological disorder and then invasive breast cancer. I'm now through breast cancer treatment and I want to help other people not to feel like I did. I felt isolated, alone, lost. And it was difficult with the brain disorder. I couldn't talk for 6 months. I couldn't walk. I was housebound. And the way back from that was painting, art, for self-care. Not about perfection, not about, not about realism. Just enjoying myself, being messy, having fun. And this is what I'm going to do for you today. Now, if you want to do more of that, and learn how to paint with me, then please join my group on Facebook called Amanda's Beginners Art Community. We have a wonderful community in there and I teach pretty much daily on YouTube, but I have exclusive videos for my group that I don't publish for the public. So if you join the group, then you can access those. And I do lives where I show you how to paint, and I'm always here for everybody. So let's get going. I don't edit my videos. I like to be real. No fast forward, none of that, and I do like talking. So if you don't like videos where people are talking, this might not be for you. But this is for self-care. It's for interaction. It's for relaxation and just letting go. So let's get going. Just going to move the camera down so you'll see my arm. There we go. So I've got a black canvas here and I suggest that you paint your canvas or your paper black or dark blue, whichever you prefer. We're going to do a sort of night sky. So I'm going to first, now I love to use sponges, okay? So this is a natural sponge. In the UK, I get these from Home Bargains for 49p and break them up. I'm going to go in, I'm just going to show you my palette actually. I've got on here, I've got a yellow, I've got a darker yellow, and I've got orange and blue. Now I get these from tubes, but you can mix your own colours. But I like to get, obviously you can't get yellow and blue, they're primary colours, but orange you can mix, which is red and yellow. And the dark yellow is cadmium yellow deep. These are all Liquitex basics, but you can use whatever colours. You don't have to. You can use whatever colours you've got. Now I'm going to go into the blue and I'm going to tap on my sponge, and I'm just literally going to tap all over the top bit. And what I'll do is I'll put some white on the palette. I forgot to do that. Let's get a bit of white. Now you can use a light blue. I have got light blue, but I'm just going to mix this. I'm going to put a bit more of the ultramarine blue on my palette. I love ultramarine blue. It's a great colour. Now, to clean my hands, I'm using one brush today, but to clean my hands and brushes, I use wipes. I use wipes also for blending, rather than brushes a lot of the time. And you can use baby wipes, you can use household wipes, whatever you want. This is about freedom and just expression. Now I've literally just gone in to the blue and I've grabbed some light blue and we're just going to go on top, just sporadic. It doesn't matter if you have a bit of white, that's nice, and you can always darken it again. I shall get some more, probably get some more blue, and you bring it down to about there. I'm going to get some more of the dark blue. I should put more of it on there, shouldn't I? As I said, this is live. I like to do my videos live. I don't edit. I know people edit, but I don't want to edit. I just want to paint in real time. The reason I don't do it on Facebook anymore is because the comments were really, well, they distracted my group, and they sort of said, oh, we don't like the comments because we can't see what you're doing. And I know the camera's not over me. Probably will do that at some point, but for now it's not. And so that's what we're doing. We're just literally tapping away, and it's such fun. I'm just going to show you my hand in a minute. I've got a lot, look, I'm very messy. I'm a very messy artist, or I should say painter, or I don't know what I am. Paint, art, fun, that's what I am. I love doing all those things. Right, so I'm just wiping up a little bit. Made a mess. Let's wipe my hands. I've got an old rag here. So, here we go. This is what we've got at the moment. And you think, what is that? What's she doing? It looks abstract. Well, it could stick with abstract. Doesn't matter. So, what we're going to do next. An abstract I love. It's brilliant. And it's a good way to let go. This is part abstract, I suppose, but it's, you'll see, and you'll see. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add, what shall I do next? Actually, what I'm going to do next, before I do our next stage and our next colour, I'm actually going to add, I'm going to clean up a little bit here. Ooh, let's get some wipes out. Clean up. Do we need that again? I don't think we do. I'll put that over there. I've got a sink over here, sink over here. This is my bathroom, that's my lounge. I live in a small flat. And it's real. And I'm painting above the washing machine in my utility room. I've got no fancy art studio, but this is real. This is real life. Right. What am I going to do next? I'm going to use a toothbrush. Not one I use to clean my teeth. This is an old toothbrush, and I'm just going to get a bit of white. I've got a bit of white here actually. But a bit of white. I'm just literally putting it on my work surface, my utility work surface. Comes off quite quick and easy. Wipes off. I love making mess. I wasn't allowed to as a kid. And I'm going to get, either use water. I'm going to use a bit of fluid retarder, only because that's close to me. Add just a few drops of water, whatever you have, or fluid retarder if you have it. It's just another way to loosen the paint. I work with acrylics, and so what I'm going to do is mix, mix, mix. Now it's going to break up. It's going to go sort of bitty, but just carry on mixing it. Palette knife's great. You can just do it with a fork, spoon, end of your paintbrush if you've got one, knife, whatever you want. It's just mixing it up. You want quite liquidy, because we're going to do some stars. Good for snow, stars. Now, you can use a brush to do this, but I'm not. I'm going to use my finger. Now, it can be a bit messy, but I don't care. I'm just going to put my paintbrush into this white runny mess here. And I'm just going to go backwards and forwards and flick, 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 flick. And don't worry about where it goes, where it lands. Just let it go. This is a way to let go and to be messy. Now, if she watches this, this is for my mess queen, Laurie, and for me. We're both mess queens. I'm just doing some stars. Oh, this is so messy. And so fun. Right, so that'll do. We got some stars. I better wipe this mess up a little bit because I don't want it everywhere. Need to move my palette over here a bit. I'm going to just do that. Another wipe here, just wipe it. Don't need the toothbrush. We don't need the palette knife, I don't think. I'll keep the palette knife in case. I don't think so. Tidy up as I go. Could edit it out, but why? This is life. Why would I do that? So, if you get impatient, I'm not the person for you. I'm quite impatient actually, but not when I paint, really. So, I'm just wiping off the stars off the black. We've got some stars. Can you see? Isn't that good? Yeah? Now you can always add more black if you want in your sky. I might do, but I quite like it the way it is. Maybe put some more black in at the end. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take either a mop brush or any kind of brush you have. I like a mop brush, and I'm going to add a little bit of liquid, bit of water, fluid retarder, whatever you've got, just to loosen it. I don't want to go off camera to get my water, which is next door. And I'm going to add, what should we do next? I think I'm going to add the orange. And I'm just going to add a little bit of white as well. Add a little bit of orange. And a bit of this darker yellow. And don't go into the blue too much because you'll get green. Just mixing it up a little bit. Now, you can do whatever colours you want for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a wipe here. So I'm going to wipe this a bit. We can add some more black, probably add a bit more black. I like that. And then I'm just going to move this down a bit with my finger. Actually, I use a white. I can add a sponge. Just soften it slightly. I'm going to get a bit of black on the palette. Don't want it quite as light, but I do enjoy it. Now, blue and orange look amazing. They're complementary, so they just look brilliant together. Okay, what I'm going to do is make this slightly darker in places, because this is a night sky. We still want some of the blue shining, and we still want some of those stars, but and you can always add more stars if you want to. I might do. I just want to show you how to do it. I could add some more off camera. Right, so there we go. Just wanted to make it a little bit darker. There we go. I change my mind sometimes halfway through, and that's what it's about. I just want you to have fun and just do what feels right for you. Add a bit of that dark into the orange. Still got that lovely orange. And you can use your fingers. I love using my fingers. It's great. Right, good. That looks nice. And I'm going to just go in a little bit with a little bit more black. I just want it to mingle a bit. And what we can do is we can get another bit of sponge. Got quite a few sponges here. Ooh, loads of sponges coming out. Got some more sponge. And I want to add, let's get a bit more orange on the palette. If I can find it. There it is. It's all start making sense. Just add a bit of orange. You know, literally with the sponge into the black a little bit. And then grab another bit of sponge and go into that other colour. You can blend it a bit if you want to. It's really how you like it. I quite like it with a sponge. And we can blend it. A bit black. And if we want to lighten that up, just put a bit of colour on top. 2 yellows here. This is the sunset. Now, don't worry too much about this, you know, just have fun. I'm just whipping it across, making it quite thick. I just want you to like have fun and not worry too much about what it looks like. Add a bit more black to the sky, slightly. I might add some more stars later. I'm taking a lot of them away. It's just I've decided I prefer to have a darker sky. And this is what happens. You do things and you think, what do I like, what I don't like, what works, what doesn't work. Yeah, that looks better. There. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, just as well I've got all these mop brushes because I'm using quite a few. That one I've got rinsed. On here, right, get a bit more yellow. I'm just going to go and make it quite bright down the bottom. Now on the black it's going to might go a bit green. Doesn't matter. Always put another layer on. So what we're going to do now, we're coming to the final part of it, is I'm going to grab whatever brush feels right for you. I'm going to use a filbert brush here, and I'm just going to draw in some shapes in black. I actually use a small flat brush here. Now use whatever brush works for you. I'll show you what I'm doing in a minute. Yeah, that's better. Might be better to wait until your background is dry for this stage. I'm not going to do that. I'm doing it all in one go. So I'm just drawing some houses. Now you can add another coat. Chimney pot. Also do this in acrylic pen. You can let it dry. And let's have another house over here. Good thing about using flat brush, it gives you that nice edge. Don't worry too much if there's a bit of reflection on your roof, because there probably would be from the sunset. We've got a little chimney pot, little chimney. And you can always put another layer on. And the final thing I'm going to do, and this is fun, I might actually add some more stars to this. I'm also going to break this up a little bit. I'm going to do this. I just want it to blend a little bit more. There's still bits of black in the sky. You can make this blue if you want to, dark blue. I could go over it in dark blue and then put stars on. I might do that off camera. And then what I'm going to do is the final bit is get some black on my sponge. Need a little bit more black on my palette. And I'm just going to do some trees with the sponge. You see how fun and easy that is? And then I'm just going to get a little brush to finish. Do distant bits and pieces. Maybe there's a distant house, little chimney. And you can just do a bit more with the sponge. I'm just going to do a little bit more on that. You're going to get a bit of green because yellow and black make a green, and that's going to look quite nice. I'm going to add some more stars to this, but I think it looks nice. And I think what I'll do is put a bit of blue. You can do that, but it's whatever you feel happy with. So here you go. Adapt this to what you want. Do what you want. I just wanted to show you. You can have a nice sunset. Make the sky a bit lighter. I might actually put a little bit of blue on that and then put some stars in. But whatever you feel is right for you. There's no right or wrong. So I hope to see you again. Bye for now. Bye.